Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl here, Daniela Odum, a YouTuber based in Canada. Thank you for clicking on this video today. If you're a family member already, you know I love you. If you're not a family member and this is your first time on this channel, do click on the subscribe button, like my videos, watch the end, drop a comment if you have questions or anything. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be sharing important steps to take to help you drive in Canada. If that's something you're interested in, let's get right into the video. Driving requirements in Canada are different from province to province. So I'm going to be talking about Ontario because that's where I am and that's where I have information about. So in Ontario, when you come with your Nigerian license, you can drive with it for about 3 months. Or if you're an experienced driver and you come in with your driver's extract, your driver's extract is a document showing your driving history, okay? So if you've been driving more than 5 years, it will be captured in your driver's extract. And with that, you can go do the first step in getting a license. So there are 3 steps in getting a driver's license in Canada. It's called, in Ontario, it's the G1, the G2, and the full G. So the G1 is a computer-based test where you'll be asked questions about signs, road rules, road laws, and instructions and stuff like that. The self-paced test, it will be just you and your system. Okay, you and the system, you answer the questions asked, and if you pass, then you get your G1 license. As an experienced driver from Nigeria, with your driver's extract, you will skip the G2 because the G2 is for inexperienced drivers, right? That's the period where you now learn how to drive or you practice how to drive. So if you've been driving from back home, you skip the G2 with your extract and automatically you can ride the full G. Now the full G is the driving practice where you do a driver's test, like you do a driving test, and if you pass, you have your full G license. And the full G license is the full driver's license where there are no restrictions and all of that. So the first thing you need to be able to get your G1 is your driver's license from Nigeria, the plastic one, not the temporary one, the permanent driver's license. Okay, and then if your driver's license is expired, it will be invalid, it will not be used. So before you come to Nigeria, try to renew your driver's license. As when I came into Canada, getting a license back in Nigeria was very difficult because if your license has expired more than 6 months, you have to capture or you have to recapture, like do your biometrics again. And that was, in short, it's a very, very shitty situation. That's just the word I can use for it, because they have this internet or online process where even when you capture, for it to drop, for them to now process is in short, it's a terrible ordeal. So just try as much as possible. In short, once your visa is approved, make sure your driver's license is renewed. If it's not renewed, start the process right away. If you know somebody that is planning to come to Canada and plans to come here with expired driver's license, please advise that person to go and get his or her license renewed. Okay, because with your renewed license, you stand a chance of skipping to do the G2 test and then getting the full G. So with your driver's license that is still valid, your driver's extract, and your passport, your Nigerian passport, you can apply for a G1. So when you're done with the G1 and your driver's license still has, like, let's say the last time you renewed your driver's license was like some months ago, right? Let's say you renewed it in January of 2023 and you're arriving Canada September 2023, and your license will expire, say, in the next 3 years, right? So now the officer you will show your license to will assume that you have been driving for only about 8 months, right? January to September. But your extract will show that you have had that license for up to either 5 years or 6 years or 7 years or whatever the case may be, right? Now, if you come with just that license of 6 months or 8 months validity, like you've been using it for just 6 or 8 months, you will be asked to do the G2 test because you've not been driving for up to 3 years. Expertise, I think, is from 3 years or 5, 3 or 5 years. I can't really remember again, 3 or 5 years. You come with your extract to show that you have been driving for, a number of years, right? Now, once you're done with your G1 and you pass, immediately the officer will ask you to go for your full G, which is your driving test. So they're going to schedule you, give you your date and all of that. But if you don't come with your extract, you're going to do your G2 test. And that G2 test, once you have the G2 without the extract, I think you have to wait for a year before you can, get your full G or even go for the full G. I think that's the reason why people avoid going for the G2 when they have that history. So try to make sure that when you're leaving Nigeria, your license is not expired and you get your driver's extract. Okay, that's the first thing you should come with. Some people might not know how to get an extract or even what an extract is. But a driver's extract is a document that shows your history, how long you have been driving and how much experience you have in driving. So when you come with that document to Canada, it proves to the driving service here that, or the license office here, that you have been driving and you have experience with driving from your country. Okay, so whatever it's called, for Nigeria, it's called the driver's extract. I don't know about other countries what it's called, but just get that document that shows that you have experience of driving from your home country before coming to Canada. In Nigeria, the body responsible for our licensing and all of that and covers, that handles the driving and all that is called the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC. So when you go to their office, you request and you tell them you want to get your driver's extract, and I think there's a procedure, you get it. If you don't have driver's history or you've not been driving in Nigeria, there's no reason to fear. Once you land in Canada, go do your G1 and then go for your G2. So with your G2, there are some rules you have to follow while driving. I think you must have a driver with you when driving from a certain time to a certain time, and then there are some roads you cannot go on if you don't have a licensed instructor in the car with you. There are just things that they're just rules you have to follow when you have your G2, but you have to wait for I think a year before you can get the full G. So it's not like when you get here you can never drive. You can drive definitely, just that it's going to take a longer process, to get the whole licensing done than somebody who comes with their license and comes with their extract. Now, my last point is, you might be wondering, why is it necessary to get a license? What's the big deal about getting a license or even getting a car in Canada? Now, the weather here is crazy, right? For the short period I have stayed, we have been using the bus and it's not been easy at all, especially if you're coming with your children. Please make it a priority to get a car, because the cold weather is really harsh. The weather is harsh. It is harsh, okay? If you're going to be using the bus system is a very fantastic system in place already, to help people that don't have cars. But doing it on a daily basis with kids is not conducive at all. Your children are not going to be, very comfortable getting on the bus every day. Now, this is my reason. Before you get on the bus, you have to if you're fortunate to, have your house close to the bus stop, kudos to you. That will be a plus for you. That will be, in short, it will be of great benefit to you and your family, right? Because from your door, you can be peeping. Is the bus coming? Is the bus almost here? And then if you see the bus coming from afar, you can quickly dash out, lock your door, and run to the bus stop and get on the bus immediately it arrives. But if you're not fortunate to have your house close to the bus stop, you always have to be at the bus stop like 5 minutes or a couple of minutes before the time of the arrival. Why? Because sometimes they can be early. If they're scheduled to be somewhere at, say, 10:20, they can get there 10:15. They can get there 10:12. They can get there 10:14. Do you understand? So the bus will not stay there waiting for you. If you want to take your time at home and say, oh, let me wait. Since they said 10:20, I will get there by 10:19. You might get there and the bus has gone. So you have to get there in time to meet up the bus. Now imagine in the winter season when it's snowing, you have to go somewhere with your kids, or you have to take your kids to school if they're not on the school bus. You will not trek with those children to bus stop and stand. My sister, it's not even advisable at all. My brother, my sister, it's not advisable at all. So that is why you have to prepare yourself while you're coming, especially if you're coming with your family. If you're a single brother or you're a single sister, you can rough it. You can rough it. No, nothing, no big deal. But when you're coming with kids, it's not advisable, even health-wise. Okay, try as much as possible to reduce your children's exposure to the harsh weather, because you don't know how their system will, relate with the weather or what will happen. So just minimize any unnecessary things that can disturb or stir up issues for you that you can avoid. Okay, I think that's, for me, point blank, that's the reason why I feel it's important to come with your license so you can get a car as soon as possible. A car should be, top of the list in your budget when you're coming to Canada, especially if you're coming with your family, especially you're coming with kids. It's a necessity, okay? It's not luxury, it's a necessity. It's something you need to make your life easier, to make things move faster for you, make living more comfortable for you here in Canada. I'm also going to be linking the FRSC website in the description box. With that link, you can do it yourself, and then you get the downloaded version of your extract. For me, the disadvantage of that is that some places, before you do that, my advice is, before you do that, please ask around you if anybody has used it, because there are some reports that some people, when they get that downloaded one and they go to the drive test place to do your license and all of that, they always request that they want the one that is handwritten. They don't want a computer filled document. They want the real document, like in its raw state. So that's why I prefer to use, somebody direct in Nigeria to do it, and then they will maybe like send it through cargo or whatever to you, or if somebody is coming, they will help you bring it, that kind of a thing. Because some people, they will reject that downloaded one. So do your inquiries, do your due diligence, and get what is needed to help make your life easier in Canada. So if you loved this video, if you watched and you learned anything from this video, please do drop a comment in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up, share it to somebody you know will be helpful. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.